What is going on, everybody? It's David Palmer, the Leo King, and I'm doing this video to talk about my big show in Las Vegas called Hope in the Desert. It's happening September 9th through the 11th and the 12th if you get a VIP or platinum ticket where you can actually hang out with me on an extra day on the 12th. But I wanted to go much more in depth about what I am doing in the desert. Now, I'm not in the desert right now, but I thought it was so important to connect here in nature to channel this message of why I am doing this event. First of all, let's just cover the basics of this event. For the 3 days, it is called Hope in the Desert because it is happening in the middle of these powerful eclipses that are happening in between the dates of September 1st and the 16th. So literally, the moon will be in between eclipses during this eclipse, or during this event. The other reason why I'm doing this event is hope is where everything is aligned right now in the universe, with Saturn in Sagittarius, with Mars that has started its retrograde in Sagittarius, and us leaving a 4-year cycle of Mars and Saturn doing retrogrades in Scorpio. This is such an important time for us to rebuild our hope, rebuild our ambitions, but more importantly, also do our research. In order for us to have the right perspective of where we're going next into the future, which I'm sure right now you're really contemplating what the future is. Are you going to be able to make your future positive? Is the future positive? Hope is so important right now, and more important than any other aspect of your life. Having hope that you can live a positive life. In many aspects, I'm taking the inspirational route to astrology, and I always have, and I've always coined that. But when I do my live shows, it's much more than an inspirational life coaching event. It's mixing that positive aspect and the actual event process of meeting other people, doing different awesome events with people that are just like you, but also workshop modes and presentations, which I focus more on. I'm like taking TED Talks and giving you a TED Talk on astrology, history, religion, and spirituality in a way that is on steroids. That's what this event is about. And because we're in Sagittarius with Saturn, and because this is about hope and the research, and because we are ending the age of Pisces. Everybody talks about the age of Aquarius. What about the tail end of Pisces, though? We need to complete it. And in order for us to start a new cycle, we must understand Pisces. We must understand where we have been going and where we are headed and what this culmination point has been all about. Because I can guarantee you in your life, when you still feel it, after all the spiritual channels you talked to, or you watched on YouTube, or you read in books, you know we haven't reached that culmination point yet. In many ways, I think a lot of people got let down in the spiritual community, feeling like all this was going to happen and I was going to reach some sort of event, and it didn't happen yet. I'm going to explain why in this event that's happened, and to keep your hope going, and show you with lots of research that I've been doing for years, which you can look up some of my old presentations. Go on my YouTube, look up TV appearances, and look up presentations where I actually show what I've been researching. But this is going into Egypt. This is going to be going into Christianity. This is going to be going into the Templars. This is going to be into the Catholic Church. This is going to be going into why did astrology, why did this masterful spiritual art that directs us and guides us to the heavens and connects us to God more powerful than ever has been suppressed? Why that this powerful system of time and space and destiny and energy is actually the clock that allows you to know when and where we are going in our lives, why events are happening, and how powerful this time is, as if you understand the compression of time and the compression of what's happening over the thousands and thousands and thousands of years, especially the last 6,000 years, is all compressing into this time in September. This is the most major breaking point in all of our lives, September of 2016. This event is about doing it live with other people. Friday is a meet and greet. It's an astrology mixer where I put everybody in their signs. You get to meet based off your signs. You get to meet everybody, of course, at the event. But then it's so awesome because then I don't want to give away my secrets, but it's the first astrology mixer that I know of. I've been researching, like, is there an astrology mix or is there such a thing? And I bring positivity and hope and fun. I also combine my spiritual dance music as far as that. Then Saturday is the longest of the day. Saturday is 10 a.m. all the way until 2 a.m. if you want to stay up that late. But it's an 8-hour conference mode with it's 45-minute segments with like 15 to 20-minute breaks in between, and then I go into a new segment, whether I'm going to be talking about Roman astrology and the connection to astrology, or Catholicism in astrology, or going into ancient Egypt in astrology, or going into the present day time, or going into what the future looks like over the next, 100 years per se, what the age of Pisces is ending and why this Aquarian energy is going on. You can purchase this pay-per-view, but it will only be for that part of the conference, that 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. After that, though, is a dinner, which is included in your ticket price with me and everybody that's at the conference, where we all are going to eat together. I have a whole space rented out at the SLS Hotel. And then after that is a whole spiritual dance party where we're going to do a prayer together. We're going to come and meet each other and do a spiritual dance music mix, doing it live, dancing together, spreading our energy, and spreading that hope together. Then Sunday is all about helping each other out, people sharing their stories. It's a very non-structured way that I do it. I let spirit be the guide. I get us all into a circle. I have people bring in their spiritual energy into the circle, and I allow spirit to guide us. That's more like a 4 to 5 hour event. You can leave early if you don't want to, but most people stay and then want to keep going after. I mean, literally, I have to kick people out, like on my last couple events. So that's, I think, the most powerful part about it is being able for us to connect one-on-one, but more importantly, all of us connecting one-on-one, all of us bringing, because I don't believe that I'm the only one that can bring the greatness to this event, that you have something to share as well. And I believe that all of us that are transitioning right now into this new time are transitioning into being the greatest light beacons on the planet, to save this planet, to bring life to this planet, to bring hope to this planet. And if you feel called that you're part of this, and you're part of this plan, and you're part of this destiny, you have to come to this event, because this is the event. In many ways, if you feel like maybe you were a past part of the Templar Knights, you must come to this event. I didn't bring all this out until now because too much is building up, and there was too much of research that I've been doing, and there's been too much that I had to process and wait for the message from Spirit of why this event is happening at this time, and how it's happening, and what's going on. And that's why I'm bringing all this out now. Monday is not for regular ticket sales. If you want a platinum or a VIP ticket, you can have access to Monday, where it's hanging out at the pool with me, and it's much more of like stepping out of the more kind of deep, intense spiritual world and more in the reality world, and being able to kind of hang out with me and understand me more as a person. And answering, having questions. VIP people also get to ask questions during the presentations first. They get front row seating and so forth. Anyway, if you feel called to this event, join me at leokingevents.com. Buy and purchase your tickets there. We have hotel room rates, which you can click the hotel and get a group rate at the hotel. And more important than that, we also have pay-per-view for only that Saturday of the conference aspect for the presentation. I'll have a couple cameras going. You can be able to watch at home, sit with your friends, and so forth. I hope that you can make it out. I know it's asking for a lot to travel to Las Vegas, Nevada, which a lot of people think is the most unspiritual place ever, but believe it or not, there is a high spiritual vibration there. And even in my chart, in my relocation chart, Las Vegas is one of the more spiritual places for me and my spiritual message. But deeper than that, and deeper than the place that we're at, it's more about the time we are at. And I did this because, believe it or not, Las Vegas is one of the cheapest cities in the world to go to. It really is. That's still safe and beautiful and has nice accommodations for people. And that's why I picked this city. And I hope to see you there, because it's time for us to bring hope to the world. And if you feel called to this really powerful time for us to all come together and change the world, the time is now. Hope in the Desert at the SLS Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, September 9th through the 11th and 12th if you get a certain ticket. Hope to see you there. Thank you so much for all the support. I'll see you in the desert.